In studio with me this morning. Good morning, Gregg Goodman from Farmers Insurance. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing very well because these numbers are going up. I'm talking about the containment numbers, and we just are hearing now in the last hour or so, Creek Fire 40% containment. So that doubled from last night. Last night's number was 20, and now it's 40. So I like those are the numbers I like to go up, not the acreage. The containment numbers. Rye Fire's at 25% and Skirball still at 20% at this time. Now, Gregg, the reason we asked Gregg Goodman to come in this morning, it dawned on a bunch of us. We had a vision because so many of our neighbors and friends are losing. This has been catastrophic. These fires have been just overwhelming. And some people have only been able to leave. They've happened so quickly, not even a time to pack. They're just walking out of their house with their pet, their children, clothes on their back, and leaving. And they come back to absolutely nothing. So, Gregg, first thing I want to ask you is, what is, out of absolutely everything, now that things are a little bit calm right now, no new fires have sparked up in the area in the last 48 hours. Containment the numbers are getting bigger. What is the most important thing we need to do regarding our homeowners insurance?
I think no matter what, everyone should definitely call their insurance agent number one. Okay, and just find out what they can do. I had a couple people evacuated, but I haven't had any really big catastrophes as of yet, thank God. But most major companies, including Farmers, have set up catastrophe centers in each of those areas. And they're very easily to find out. They can always call their Farmers agent, another insurance company, and find out where the catastrophe centers are so they can go and visit those catastrophe centers and get advice from them.
What about us in the SCV? We are, most of us, here in the Santa Clarita area this time around, we've gotten very, very close several times over the last, I've been here 20 years and I've been evacuated twice in Stevenson Ranch. Okay. It's come down, the fire's come down right to the curb. What is it about our policy that we have to remember? Is it right now might be a good time to review your policy and make sure of a couple of things? I was told recently that we might be underinsured. We need to check those numbers because if our house burns even partially or maybe down to the ground, we need to rebuild. And the number we have it insured for may not be enough money to have that done. Could you explain that, please?
Well, when people get home insurance, the insurance agent has to figure out what the home replacement cost of the house is. That's based on the square footage, the year built, 1 story, 2 story, 3 story, whatever, to make sure that they have enough replacement cost. Just, God forbid, the whole house burns down. In the Santa Clarita Valley, we're talking about $200 a square foot to $250 a square, depending on what type of house it is. Could be $300 a square foot, but that is up to the agent does their review, does their coverage review. But the client or the insured, they should really understand exactly what they are getting at the same time.
Okay, what would be so? And then there are two different insurances. There's one for the actual house, and then there's one for the contents.
Well, most policies, Farmers policies are, our next generation home insurance. It has coverage for loss of use, personal property, and let's go back to the loss of use. Loss of use is hotel stays, subsistence. Then you have the personal property, which is everything's inside of your house. So you have to make sure that you're adequately covered for all that. And your insurance agent should be there to explain all those coverages to you.
But I'm to understand, once you put in a claim for items in your home, let's say you buy a brand new TV.
Yes.
It's a week old. But once you make a claim, it's only pennies on the dollar.
Well, that's not actually true. If you have contents replacement, that is all covered, 100%. So if you bought a brand new TV last week,
and you still have the receipt,
You don't really. You should. If you had the receipt, it makes life a lot easier. But if every house has a TV. But if you have proof, like on a credit card, that you bought some type of TV from Best Buy and it cost you $1,000, you'll get that $1,000 back for that TV.
Excellent.
As long as you have contents replacement on the house. Not every policy has that, so you should review with your agent to make sure you have that coverage.
Well, we should. I mean, the contents are very important. We need to start somewhere. I'm sure. What would be the three? Now, you talked about there are so many different tiers. I'm calling them tiers. I don't know what you guys call them. Coverages. Okay, so you have the basic house. The house.
Correct.
So you need to rebuild the house, or you need to fix the house if there's damage.
Number one.
That's the number one. And then you have contents.
That's everything inside of the house, inside of your house, all your personal belongings, your washer and dryer, carpeting, things like that.
Then you have
loss of use.
Loss of use, which means if you have to stay in a hotel,
food.
All these things you can have covered, but we are unaware. I think what we do, Greg, and I'm guilty of this, I will say, we pay it every year. Our homeowner's insurance, it comes up, we pay it, there's the check, and I don't even look at it. Why is that a bad thing?
Well, this is how I try and summarize it, okay? You go to the dentist once or twice a year. You go to the doctor once or twice a year. Why not you go to your insurance agent once or twice a year to do the same exact thing? It's just a checkup. It's a 1-hour checkup. Farmers, we have automatic emails that go to all our clients to do a farmer's friendly review. Some people say, well, why do I need it? Well, let me tell you, right now, a lot of people have need it. So it's very important just to review your coverages. I think we're a little bit, I don't want to say, I'm going to talk about me. I think I'm a little bit naive thinking it's never going to happen to me. And so I write the check out and I pay the bill and I just move on. And we can't be like that, especially right now. 6 fires in SoCal, huge, catastrophic fires. And it's not just the personal insurance, it's commercial. We do a lot of commercial insurance too in our agency. There's a lot of buildings, that got burned down. You got that big psychiatric ward up in Ventura that was burned down to the ground. And there's a lot of people that own buildings up in Ventura that you have to make sure those are adequately covered at the same time. Are business people a little bit smarter when it comes to doing this? Do they check in with you or not really? Or is it just we make sure that we review everything the same way we do with the personal insurance. Yeah. But it's up to you because we are so lazy when it comes to this, aren't we? An example is we send out emails to all our clients to do a farmer's friendly review. We do the same thing, and we do write letters to our commercial clients at the same time. If there's one thing, as we wrap up this interview with you, Gregg Goodman, if there's one thing we need to know regarding homeowners insurance and all of the events that have just taken place, what is that? What is that one thing? Know your agent. How to get a hold of your agent. So if there is ever an issue, that agent can handle that for you. I got all my business cards as my cell phone number. I have all my clients, as many as I can text me, call me. We've been calling all of our clients. I had 2 clients in Santa Clarita that were evacuated, so we text them, make sure they're okay. Know your agent. Gregg Goodman, Farmers Insurance, thank you so much for stopping by and giving us a little bit of a nudge in the arm that is well needed, especially for this person right here, to check over the homeowner's policy and make sure everything is in order and maybe make sure you're not underinsured. Very, very important. Have a great week. All right, Troy, thanks, Greg. Thank you. It is an